Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver, and today we are going to be checking out Fairytale Fables. And yeah, this has been a long time coming. It's a sort of spiritual successor in the same vein as our beloved Storybook Brawl. I know a lot of us have been kind of looking for something to fill that void in our hearts, and yeah, shout out to Laralas, the one-person dev team that made this and has put in a ton of hours and really captured the spirit of the card-based auto-battler genre, I'll say. So yeah, make sure you if you see Laralas in Twitch chat or in Discord, make sure to just say thank you, because yeah, we appreciate all the work that this takes. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of show you around the menu, and then we'll play through a game. So you can see there's two different MMRs here. There's a synchronous MMR, which is like a real-time queue with a timer. There's also an asynchronous MMR. So you just play against saved boards in this, and you can kind of play at your own pace and read all the cards and whatnot. It's a really good queue to start with. We've got a built-in leaderboard, which is really nice. You can swap between the two MMRs, the asynchronous and synchronous, and you can just toggle that right here on the menu. Also, there's a chaos queue, which adds a bunch of different characters and some extra treasures and spells. We're not gonna bother with this today, but yeah, this is I guess you can play once. Honestly, I've never touched this myself, but yeah, you can play for free once weekly. You can subscribe. I believe you can subscribe to the battle pass and have access to that queue. There is a tutorial built into the client here. There's 3 different levels, which is really nice. So we're not going to go through that today. I'm just going to go through a regular game, but that's there if you want to familiarize yourself with the tutorial. So yeah, let's just check out the game, and I'll try and point out some of the differences as we go. Okay, so obviously we get a selection of 4 heroes. Usually these 2 will be blocked off. You'll have to buy them with currency of some kind. You can get fairy tales or crystals. I believe you can buy them with money in the shop as well. All right, so let's look at these heroes. You can see there's some extra numbers here. So you can see there's a 2x2, a 1x2, 1x2, 1x2. So this is hero attack. So all your heroes have attack in this game. So once your board is empty, your hero will attack the opposing characters in an attempt to force a tie. And there's some characters that scale off your hero attack, and there's ways to increase it and modify it and whatnot. This heart, this is your starting HP. So the +0 means it starts at 30. 30 is the starting HP, as you can see here. And then there's this mana symbol as well. So the way spells work in this game is all the spells have a mana cost of some kind. Some of them refund them, and a lot of the combat spells and I think all the XP spells drain all your mana, just to make sure you can't. So you can play like a couple support spells in a turn without being able to like cast multiple combat or XP spells in a turn. And also it kind of restricts mage builds from getting out of control. Also, you'll notice in each of these hero power descriptions, there's an underlined section, and this is important to note, because there are ways to double your hero's power, and it's just the underlined section that gets doubled, so just something to keep in mind. I believe like for Artemis, if you were to double this power, it'd be position 1 and 2. This one's actually not super clear. There's definitely some wording that needs to get cleaned up. Like it's still a little bit rough around the edges. As I said, Laralas is a one-man team or one-person team, and yeah, I think it'll all the polish will come in time. All right, so for this game, I think we're going to play Icarus. Icarus is each turn you do not spend any gold, you gain +1 XP extra. So we can basically just take the first couple turns off and then start 2 XP up. And that's something that I'm happy to do. All right, also, one thing to note is in this game, you get 1 free reroll every turn. So you can see the 0 cost up here. We can take our free roll, and now it costs 1. Yeah, some characters do cost mana, like the Cat Angel here. And of course the spells, and also there's the addition of items. So you can each character has like an item slot that you can put an item on. Some characters can hold multiple items. Dwarves generally interact with items, and I don't think any other characters really care about items other than dwarves. But yeah, so it's kind of an interesting little extra wrinkle. And I think we're just not going to buy anything, because our hero power says we don't spend any gold. We get our XP, and turn 1 is definitely the safest place to do that. Our hero attacks their opposing board, which means we don't take any damage. I think once again we're just not going to spend any gold. Normally, if I was spending something, I would probably buy this. I think it's just like it's got a decent amount of stats early, and angels are pretty strong. There's a lot of tribal synergies in this game. That is something to consider. We're gonna take a couple rolls and just see if we can hit a good shop that we want to lock, but we're not gonna buy anything. And there's those cat angels, and they have just a little bit too much bulk for us to beat. I mean, we tied our first fight, so we only take a little bit of damage to go up 2 XP here. I think overall that's a fine trade. Now we're on level 3.1. Sorry. With 4 gold. There's a Snow White in the shop that I could take, but to be honest, I haven't really found this to be very good. Like, with dwarves, you generally want to take the level 2 dwarf that we saw. She gets bigger for each item you own, and that's just kind of where that's your dwarf starting point generally. So we're just gonna take our free roll and see what we get. Get a full shop level 3, so we're gonna go level 3 character plus the spell. And like I said, angels are pretty good, so I think I'm probably just gonna take the guardian angel, and then we're gonna throw a buff onto her. And like a 7/8 is a reasonable size. We don't quite take out the opposing characters with our hero attack, unfortunately, so we do take a chunk of damage, but that's okay. That's the price we pay for getting extra XP. And here's that cat angel I was looking at earlier. We're happy to take it. It's pretty big as a 7/8. Sorry, I should have said Guardian Angel has an aura that gives your angels +4/+4, which does count itself, which is really nice. I don't think we can afford to take a TLK, or sorry, a new U here. Alright, really hoping to see another Guardian Angel here, but unfortunately not to be. I think what we're gonna do is just take we're gonna take Grown Up Hansel. So Hansel is a hunter. The hunter tribe are the characters that care about having hero attack. So this one has aura. I have your hero's attack ×2. Or sorry, the attack scales by 2 and defense scales by 1. That's what 2/1 means. So yeah, if we find other ways to increase our hero attack, it's going to make our Hansel bigger. Okay, and we're on level 4 now, and we get a couple of our cat angels here. I'm like half tempted to take the Radiant Fairy, which when it dies, it gives its 100% of its stats to one of your characters at random. I think, you know what, we might actually just lock here. Excuse me. We're just going to take another one of these and also the Radiant Fairy, and then lock the 2 for the triple next turn. It's just going to be more stats overall. It's a better use of our mana, or gold, I think. And also, your hero attack does go up every level, so that's why we had enough there to tie that combat, thankfully. Alright, let's take a level 2 treasure, and yeah, so treasure selection is about the same as it was in Storybook Brawl, except that we have the skip option. The gold does vary, so it's you'll get 1 gold less than the level of the treasure when you skip, excuse me. Or you can take a reroll option, so you can wait 2 turns. With this little clock denotes 2 turns, and you can lose 2 gold to reroll the selection. So you'll get to see another selection in 2 turns. But I think we're gonna take one of these treasures. We need to catch up on tempo a little bit. I do like you have +1 treasure choice. That's really nice. Having a selection of 4 instead of 3 is quite good. Your hero has +3 attack is also pretty good. That would increase the size of our Hansel, as well as make it easier for us to draw fights. Farming tools. So okay, food stats is another thing that's introduced in this game. Food stats are basically temporary stats, but they're tagged in a specific way because certain characters do interact with food stats. I'm going to take the gingerbread muffin and add 3 attack though. That's going to make my Hansel a 13/7. Not bad. Take another roll, and we get a free freshen up, which gives us a free roll. Probably take that. I'm just considering whether I want to take this other cat angel. I got 2 gold. Oh, I guess if we take this, we can't take the free roll. So I guess we're not going to take it. Angels generally do cost a mana as well, so that's slightly unfortunate in some situations. Okay, there's a pair of young Tengus, which is an flying evil monster that has Slay +1/+1. Pretty good. But also, I kind of want to just take the Tomorrow's Tailor. This is Slay what characters in your shop have +1/+1 permanently, so if we can get some value out of that, that would be nice. I think, yeah, we're just gonna take that, put it in slot 5 here. We'll take one more roll as well. And yeah, nothing here that we want to keep really. There is Mycroft Homes as well. This is has ranged, and whenever your hero attack increases, it gains +2/+1. Which is pretty good. It can stack up when you're adding a bunch to your hero attack, but we don't really have a way to keep gaining hero attack, so we're just gonna run like this. All right, we do take some golden damage there, unfortunately. We're gonna take a Brave Little Tailor. When it attacks, it reduces the defending character stats to 0/6. It's a familiar effect and a very powerful effect. Ooh, and then we get a little angel payoff here on 4. I mean, we only have the 2 angels right now, but yeah, Angel Warrior has ranged and has +2/+1 for each angel on your starting board. So it is going to count itself as well. So it's a 14/11 once we put it on the battlefield here. I think we're going to deprioritize the Tomorrow's Tailor Slays just because we need to make sure that we have enough tempo to not take too much damage in the mid game here. Everyone else is on level 4 now. Okay, we win that one pretty handily. Also, you saw the fight speed is variable, which is really nice. Being able to speed up the fight to 4 times speed or slow it down if you really want to watch the fight is a nice little addition. All right, we're on level 5 now, so we can destroy a character to gain their level as HP. Also, this has the heavy effect, so you can't repeat effects that have heavy, like if you have a treasure that allows you to double your spells or hero power. I don't think we're going to take anything out of this shop. The only level 5 here is Frankenstein's Monster. It has 33% of the stats of your dead evil characters, so really, really specific. There is a character that summons Frankenstein's monsters. Spoiler alert, its name is Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Okay, with our free roll, we do have some other options. We could take the Succubus. When it attacks, when you attack and damage a character, it attacks its own board. And has +2/+3 for each evil character on our starting board. Right now we only have 1, so it's not very big. But if we were to want to move into evil, then that could be an option. One thing about this game is it's a lot harder to pivot. So I find myself rolling a lot, just trying to find a direction to lock in on. Right now, I think we're kind of locked in on angels. I mean, we only have 3. We do have the Brave Little Tailor and the Radiant Fairy though, as just kind of neutrally decent characters that don't require you to have other pieces. But I think we're gonna take a couple rolls and see if we can hit something that helps us in our angel department here. There's Hermes, another flying character with Slay. This one gives itself -0/-1 permanently at the start of when it slays. So it can be really good at just taking out the backline. Also, we can take a look at the opponent's previous saved board. So they don't have a ton of stats there. Although I think we're seeing this without the auras right now, potentially. So there's yeah. I mean, we could slay with this, but also it gets smaller every time. I don't necessarily want to spend 5 gold on that unless we really need it. I think we're just gonna take another roll. All right, we get another. There's another Tomorrow's Tailor here. I think I am gonna take that. I mean, it's a pair, and also just an improvement over this one. I don't think we play both of them. I think that's a little bit too greedy. We'll take our freshen up here, and you can see there's also this counter in the top right. So this indicate when a card has this, it indicates it's counting something. and then this just tells you what that count is. For this one summons a funny cat, and funny cat says when it dies, it gives all your characters a certain amount of stats for each character or each cat that was summoned before. So let's see, we could just worthy sacrifice here, get 1 XP and go get even further ahead. We only have 3 gold left, so we might as well do that. Honestly, this 3/4 fairy is probably just not worth it anymore. So maybe we will end up playing double or both the Tomorrow's Tailors. This essentially is a 6/8, which is still the smallest thing on the board that doesn't have a relevant ability. So I think we're going to do that. We're just going to try and get to 6, and then hopefully that'll help us. It'll be enough to find us a direction. All right. Ending up with a tie there is about as good of an outcome as we can ask for after taking the XP spell. We're going to take another Guardian Angel here, which is going to further increase both our angels as well as add to our Angel Warriors angel count. Take another roll. Take a couple more rolls. I know there's like a lot of cards that just like you probably won't be able to tell like what they're doing, so this might be a little bit confusing, but like I figured it's probably not worth going over every single card that pops up here. Well, I'll have a lot more games kind of going over different builds and whatnot as I play and record them. So Lady of the Lake is a booster. Oh, sorry, boost is basically support. So this gives +2/+1, and other boosters boosts are applied an additional 1 time. Some of the wording can be a little bit convoluted. So basically this means like whatever, like you put it behind 2 characters, and then those 2 characters other boosts, if they're I believe if they're touching them, then they just get applied a second time. There is a treasure, of course, that allows your boost to be applied across the entire front row, and there's even a character that allows your boost to be applied across the back row. So that makes it for some interesting builds. We're going to take one more roll here. Okay, we don't really get much. I think we're actually going to sell for Sir Galahad, 1410, that gives +6/+3 for each character next to him. Which is like, it's not a huge boost, but it's going to be better than just this Hansel, I think. I almost want to swap like this. Yeah, I think so. We're a lot less likely to get our Tailor stats. Or you know what? Maybe it's like this. No, I like this. But yeah, we're a lot less likely to get this sleigh, but I think that's fine. Like we can't really rely on getting a sleigh with 10 or even 16 power at this point. All right, we win that one. Things are going a little bit fast as well, so apologies if that's hard to keep up with. Maybe I'll slow down the fight the fight speed. Okay, so we're on level 6. We've got like a lot of the level 6s, like they really want you to have very specific things. Like Tyrannical Nero is sort of like a level 6 dog that gives your dog stats for each position away from its last position. The dog mechanic in the dog tribe is like basically you want to take them for a walk and move them around a lot, which is cute. It's a little tedious, but it's cute. This Mirror Fairy, whenever another non-mirror character gains stats during a fight, it also gains 67% of those stats. I think we're just gonna roll once at least. There's a triple. Not really the piece we want, but we are going to take a level 4 treasure. So for each level you are above 3, your characters get +2/+1. Every 2 times you cast a spell on a character, cast on another random character, or destroy the enemy that attacks and kills your last character. I think we're just going to take the Rune of Rising Power. That's going to be +6/+3 to our entire board. I think that's a decent little hit of tempo. And we take one more roll. The Wise Merlin is a really good level 6 support. Has aura, so aura just affects your entire board as long as this is on the field. Your boosters boosts are applied an additional time. We don't have any other boosts right now, but it does give +4/+4 twice, which is again a decent little amount of stats. I could also roll one more time. Like, we could sell something to buy a 6 still, but this is pretty good in conjunction with some other things. Although, yeah, again, we don't have any boosts right now, so maybe it's just not the greatest. It's also a 28 power ranged character, though, which is pretty huge. I'm going to take one more roll. Alright, punished. So, what can we do here? We've got Woman in the Moon. Whenever one of your characters slays, it triggers my slay ability. Slay gain 15 plus 15 plus 15. Royal Phoenix revives the first time it dies with 50% stats. That might be worth taking. I could also just take another Galahad and have a 5 pair. You know what? Maybe we will just take another Galahad. It's like, it doesn't really play on the board very well right now, though. We can always just do this, I suppose. And then we get a free spell. It's 0 cost, 1 mana. Just give something +1/+1. Let's just go here. Alright. The interesting little dog board. See, the Adventuring Husky gets a lot of stats. The dogs do have a lot of like tempo stats. So like I said, it's tedious to move them around, but they do have a ton of stats just like up front if you can maneuver them efficiently. Also, so once you get to level 6, there's some more powerful items that you can buy. Generally, they cost like upwards of 10 gold, 10 plus gold at least. This one is My Wearer's Entrance triggers 1 additional time, and there's like a Dying Breath triggers another time. Your boost trigger is applied another time. Things like that can really spice up your endgame builds. We don't really have any entrance effect. Well, I mean, we have Galahad, but we're not gonna spend 12 gold our entire turn just to get an extra 6/3 on 2 characters. So we're just gonna take another roll. We get a free coin, refunds the mana cost. Uther Pendragon is the card I was talking about earlier that applies your boosts. Any boosters you have in the front row are applied to the back row, and also anything in the front row, like any boosters or aura effects you have in the front row, if they get killed, they do not get taken away. So it's a pretty powerful card in conjunction with other boosters like the Merlin that we saw earlier. There's also a Fire Mage here, which is when I attack, I also damage the characters behind the character for 50% of my attack. Yeah, we're just gonna roll, and I don't think we want anything else here. Narcissus is always a consideration. It's a free pair. You only need 2 Narcissus to combine into a level 5, upgraded level 5, and get a treasure. We really just want to find the level 6 angels. There's 2 of them. There's a level 6 fisherman, which increases food stats on your characters. So not really what we want here. Bunch of 2s and 3s. Alright, we are running out of gold here though. But still nothing that I really want. This is sort of one of the issues that I think is plaguing the game right now, is like there are so many very, very specific synergies. Like basically all of it, like it all wants you to be like part of a certain tribe. Like Archdemon, I mean this is mostly just evils, but the first 3 times one of your evil characters dies, you summon a Demon Harbinger. And then there's like this, which summons catnip in a bottle. It just like chains down to funny cats. So you just want to summon a billion cats with the supply cabinets and whatnot. Cats is very powerful and pretty easy to get into if you just force it, to be honest. Still nothing here. Alright, we get, I think, 2 more rolls total. Because like we can still sell the Galahads and whatnot. but we need to find something pretty quick here. You know what? I'm gonna take the Demon's Deal, take a damage and get an extra gold. That gives us an extra roll anyways. Alright, and we just we find actual nothing. We just doom roll all our gold away here. Actually I am gonna take this Angel Warrior though. I think we're gonna sell out of one of these Galahads. Unfortunate to sell out of a pair, but I think this is just better. How do we want to position this though? I think that's fine. I think we want the Brave Little Tailor to go first still. Also, you can see this sort of cloudy effect. These characters have stealth, which means they can't be attacked into immediately. Unless, I think it's unless there's no other characters around, then they can be targeted, but yeah. There are a few characters that have stealth that, and there's also like an item that grants stealth, and one of the characters that grants other characters stealth. So it's kind of makes combat a little bit interesting. Allows you to kind of control the flow of combat a little bit. And again, we're basically just going to be doom rolling for our level 6 angels, I think. Guinevere, receive boost an additional 1 time. Effect can't be amplified. That was a recent change because apparently she's pretty busted. I have not put the build together myself though. Also, you can see there's a lot of level 6 characters, so the pool is pretty. I mean, we're taking a level 4 treasure here, I guess. But yeah, the pool is a little bit diluted. If you have at least 1 free hand space, our characters get +3/+1 by a spell that costs at most 2. Repeat it. And then we've already seen the spell reflector. None of these are particularly exciting. Like these stats probably don't matter anymore. Things start to scale very quickly in the end game. Double caster isn't even all that good because all the combat spells have heavy, and you can't double them. I guess we're just taking the power bag over skipping. You know what? No, we're gonna skip. We're just gonna take an extra roll and hope to hit something. Oh, actually, we could dramatic reveal and change our hero. You know what? That might be worth it. We go Hercules. First time you reach 20 and 6 HP, double the permanent stats of your characters. When you roll Cheshire Cat, when you roll, add +1/0 to a random character in your shop. Increase by 1/1 for each time you rolled this turn, and for each level above 2. So you get a lot of stats from this, especially since you get a free roll every turn. It's a really good early game. Not at this point, we don't want it. I think it's going to be Aladdin. Double the effects of the treasure in your last treasure slot. So I mean, we do need to find a treasure, but when we do, it'll be doubled. Or we can take Treasure Hamster, which 2 of your treasure choices are 1 level higher, which is fine. I think we're going to take the Aladdin. I mean, hopefully the next treasure we get is going to be level 6. If we survive that long, or find level 6s that we actually want to buy. Alright, I mean, we'll take ties. We're kind of falling behind here. Like, we just spent too long. Okay, we found a level 6 angel. So, Archangel has range. Whenever one of your other angels dies, revive them 1 time with 50% HP. So that's worth bringing this into the top row. I think we can get rid of Galahad now. I still want to play the Brave Little Tailor, I think. I mean, it's probably worth playing Galahad over the Tomorrow's Tailor. I don't think we're getting slays at this point. Also, you can see the gold is continuing to increase. We're at 14 now. I believe it goes up to 16, rather than having 12 per turn as a cap. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we're just going to cast a spell here. This one is 3 gold and a mana for +6/+3 permanently. I think that's fine. Let's throw it onto the Archangel. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Looks like they didn't move their characters at all. That could be just because it's a saved board, or just the person forgot. There's that Dr. Frankenstein, which is dying breath for every 2 of your dead evil characters. Summon a random trickster or my monster. So you can summon Frankenstein's monster, or there's a few different tricksters. Like the Brave Little Tailor's a trickster. The Succubus is a trickster. I don't remember the other tricksters at this point though. But that's I mean, that's one of the few level 6s that pays you off. Like there's like kind of a broader net for things that pay you off for it. You just have to have a bunch of evils. Mirror on the Wall is a trickster, which it just takes the stats of whatever the character in the same slot on the opposing board is. It gets those stats, which can be pretty cool. It's a nice little tech piece sometimes as well. Yeah, we're just in doom roll mode. I am going slow just to kind of explain everything. Okay, there's a good boy. As dying breath, give 100% of my stats to 3 of your good characters. I think I actually do want this. We do have a bunch of good characters. It does, I mean, it's a fair amount of stats still. We're gonna take the Hermes Blessing. We get to go first next fight. There's a good boy. I'm gonna take the good boy as well. I mean, it's a level 6 pair as well. And if we can get a good level 6, then level 6 treasure with a golden good boy, then that's a decent source of power. Also, there's an Archangel here. I totally glossed over that. So we'll take 2 level 6, a pair of level 6s. I think we can cut one of these Guardian Angels. Surprisingly, we never found the 3rd one at all. And I think I'm just going to cast this spell, to be honest. Actually, you know what? I think I'll put the Galahad in between the 2 good boys for those extra stats. And we just cast the Dragon Fury on one of the good boys. It's going to get distributed. Oh, and there's a Fire Rune. Whereas Dying Breath is triggered an additional time, so that's pretty good with the good boys. Like 12 gold is a lot, I think. I think I want to find a triple first before I commit to that. Interesting little scam board here. Right. I meant to turn that down. Because things are happening a little bit fast, so I'm sure it's a little bit hard to follow at least. We're in top 3 now. We got an absolutely absurd board here. So you can see like the Wise Merlin with the Guinevere is just adding an insurmountable amount of stats to the angelic commanders. We're probably never beating this. Just hope that we don't take too much damage and die. I'm gonna use Circe's Cup, which is gonna turn an enemy into a 15-10 pig. Also has heavy and draining, so we lose all the rest of our mana, the rest of our 1 mana. But I think it's worth firing it off against such a powerful opponent. Means we can't buy another Archangel if we see one, which is a little bit awkward. That is a triple. I think I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna sell for it and sell this and this. Or no, it costs mana, right? Like that gets me so many times. Okay, forget it. We're just rolling. I'm gonna try and find a level 6 triple instead, and we don't. Oh well. Yeah. So it's just an absurd amount of stats. So yeah, it's like Uther plus Merlin plus Guinevere, and you can just I'm not even sure how the stats are distributed, but it's real dumb. I'm pretty sure they tried to nerf Gwyn in the most recent update, anyways, and it just wasn't enough. Although if the trend continues of how they're how Larlas is doing balance, then it'll be a tribe specific thing pretty soon. Okay, and we get a pretty bad selection of treasures here, unfortunately. We can get some extra hero attacks. I think I'm just re-rolling. Like, I don't know if we're gonna survive 2 turns. We do have a ghost fight, but okay, so should I just take another good boy? Probably, right? I mean, they're good boys, so how can you not? Wait, I'm fairly certain this is not the opponent it was showing that I was against, but I guess that's fine. We win all the same. Down to top 2 against this ridiculous board that's completely unbeatable. So that's probably going to be it for this game. I mean, I could try for the Circe's Cup again, just to try and survive a turn. I mean, I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, we just spent 1 billion gold rolling and found we never found Angelic Commander, which is like the real payoff, which is what they have here, as you can see, Angelic Commander. Or your good characters have Slay. Angelic Commander gives 2 of your other angels 50% of her stats. This said good character, like give 2 of your other good characters 50% of her stats before, but the way they nerfed it was changing into angel, which is it's a trend that has been happening in this game. Every nerf, they're more likely to nerf than buff things, it feels like, and the nerfs usually come in the way of making it more specific and less open to more uses, anyways. Which is like that's something that I've kind of not loved myself, anyways. Yeah. And you can also skip the fight, which is nice. So I just press the skip button, because I mean, there's no way we need to watch that play out. And yeah, we get 2nd place, 181 ranking points. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this was a little bit longer than my regular videos by quite a bit. Hopefully, we'll be doing like the classic like speed up for other content for this game going forward. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, as for getting the keys, I'm gonna link to the Fairytale Fables Discord. You should be able to get a key there. There should be a way to get it. But if you don't use Discord, or you don't want to use Discord, or it's just a little bit confusing, just leave a comment on this video and I'll make sure to get you a key. And yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed that. It's nice to be able to play this in open beta with you all. I'm very excited to do some live queues. The asynchronous queues are fine, but I think some live queues are going to be a whole different world, and I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I should also be live streaming this today, the 20th. So if you want to stop by my Twitch and say hello, I would appreciate that. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.